So now the question number 45, which says that a geneticist was studying the pathway of synthesis of an amino acid X in an organism. So here what he is trying to say is he is studying the pathway of how an amino acid X is synthesized in the organism. The presence, either synthesized de novo or externally added, of X amino acid is a must for the survival of that organism. So for the organism to survive, he must synthesize the amino acid X. She isolated several mutants that require the X to grow. Okay, so different types of mutants were isolated and that require ultimately the X amino acid to grow. She tested whether each mutant would grow when different additives, that is P, Q, R, S, T, were used. Now here what we are trying to say is additives, a specific type of chemical was added in the different types of mutants, which we'll study to see how it is affecting the overall synthesis of amino acid X in the different mutants. Positive indicates the growth, negative indicates the inability to grow in the mutants that were being tested when different additives were added. Find out the correct sequence of additives in the biosynthetic pathway of X. Biosynthetic pathway is simply the synthesis of amino acid X. So the here table shows that we have taken the organism. One was the complete wild type and additives were added in that. So wild type was able to synthesize the amino acid X. So positive sign is shown in additive P, Q, R, S and T. Then we have taken the mutant 1, which is only able to synthesize the amino acid X in presence of the additive T. Mutant 2, which is able to synthesize the amino acid X in the presence of additives, that is Q, R, S and T. So positive signs is indicating that is the growth. Mutant 3, that is it was able to synthesize only in the additive R and additive T. And mutant 4, that is it is only able to synthesize and grow in presence of the additives, that is Q, R and T. So what we are trying to say is, without taking much time in this question, it was a very simple question if you know this basic trick. That is, you have to simply arrange the order in which we are trying to say, that is how after adding the different additives, which kind of mutant variety is showing the growth in all the additives, or it is showing in one or two additives. So on the basis of that, our answer will be, that is D, in which what we are trying to say is, firstly it will be the P in the biosynthetic pathway of amino acid X. Then we are saying S because it is showing only that is the mutant 2. Mutant 2 is able to grow only in presence of a single additive S. Then we are saying Q because the mutant, that is the mutant 2 and mutant 4, these two are able to grow in the presence of an additive Q. Then R, in which we are trying to say that mutant 2, 3, 4, all the three mutants are able to grow and synthesize the amino acid X in presence of an additive R. And at last T, which is showing the complete positive signs in each and every variety of mutant 1, 2, 3 and 4 along with the wild type. So to synthesize the amino acid X, we have arranged these mutants on the basis of the additive and whether they are able to grow in it or not.